Alright guys, sorry for the delay. Welcome to the Game of Thrones Xstream. Heavy spoilers. So, I'm joined today by Mr. Mike, aka Django Spider. Welcome back. And also joining us today is Gone Hollow Media, also goes by Sean.
What's up, guys?
Alright, so you guys are all familiar with that theme song. It's the Game of Thrones, my favorite running TV show that's going on right now. My most anticipated. Probably the only active show that I watch. How about you guys?
Most definitely my favourite current show in the past few years, and it's looking to be the best show in the next few as well. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of Game of Thrones.
All right, Mike.
Yeah.
So, Game of Thrones, like, how would you rank it? Is it up there for you?
Oh yeah, it's definitely one of my favorites.
Okay.
It's yeah.
So, it broke records for Emmy Awards, 26 awards for a primetime drama series. Also, it won last year's Best Dramatic Series. Peter Dinklage.
Oh, it did? I don't remember.
Yeah, no, it did. Peter Dinklage, two-time winning
cool.
actor, so he's definitely he's a fan favorite. So, speaking of which, we do have season 6 coming. I want to say it's the 24th, in 2 weeks.
24th.
Yeah.
So, when did you guys start Game of Thrones? From day one, or how did you go about getting into Game of Thrones?
I started at day one. I was watching it since it started. I'd read the book, or the books. Well, I'd read some of the books.
Oh, before that. So
yeah, before it started.
How old are the books?
The first book came out in 93, I think. Something like that. 95, 93.
Oh,
and then the second book came out in 99. I'm not really sure exactly, but then it took like 5 years in between the next two. And I think the last one, the most recent book, came out in 2011. So the year the season started, the first season started, the last book came out. So it's been 5 full seasons since then, and he hasn't released a new one.
Oh, really? So right now it just goes up to season 6?
Yeah, actually, with the last season, they covered several things that didn't happen yet in the books.
Oh, okay.
And his next book is probably not even going to come out until the end of this year, if it comes out this year, because he takes forever to write things down, apparently.
So basically, people who read the books can no longer spoil it for others.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Awesome.
There are minor things. There are minor things you could say, but nothing major is left anymore.
Yeah. So
there's lots of rumors and theories, but nothing's been guaranteed or confirmed.
Yeah, I got this cheap on Black Friday or around that time, and I haven't gotten into the books just because I got onto the show pretty late. I think during season 3, and so I actually prefer waiting and binge watching as opposed to waiting week by week by week. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, I thought the same thing, but I think I can't wait to watch it. So it's also nice to actually discuss it with people and have that rumination for a week, personally.
Yeah.
So I can see that, yeah.
I sent you an invite. That should work. Don't worry about the links. Just go on Google Hangouts and accept the invite, or click the video camera button. So Well, cool. You're day one. I'm season 3. How about you, Sean?
Well, I've never even heard of the books before the TV show, so I'd never read any of those. But I saw an advertisement for Game of Thrones on TV, and I thought it looked pretty awesome. But I never actually got around to watching it for quite some time. I watched the first episode maybe a month after it started, and I really liked it. But it wasn't until midway through season 2 was airing on TV that I went back and watched the entire first season and loved it, and then carried on from there. Really watched it week to week. It's one of those shows where I find you have to watch it week to week, or it just gets spoiled on social media.
Yeah, I agree completely about that. If you don't watch it and other people are watching it, it can be spoiled.
Yes, exactly. Like I don't know how many reaction videos, but you see a lot of fans go to each other's houses on Sunday night to watch Game of Thrones. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To the point where, I mean, it's bigger than cult. It's worldwide. It's probably the most talked about show just because I can't explain it. I mean, even with the killing everybody and what, it's just it just has that epicness. Dean can share how he got into Game of Thrones. Welcome, Dean.
Hey, thank you.
So, Game of Thrones, where does that rank as far as TV shows, current, not current, and how do you get it?
For me,
Yes.
it's right up there. It's you know it's so well done. The production's so well done. The acting's so well done. The costuming, everything's just so well done that it's in my top 5 of all time shows.
Okay.
It's that good, and it is. I don't know everybody, but I don't know if it was Mike or somebody else who was saying that it is a type of show that you always feel compelled to watch it when it comes on rather than on Hulu or something else because there's so much talk about it. And part of it is it's been so unpredictable. I didn't read the book, so that's probably good in some ways. You just don't know what's going to happen next. I mean, I've followed guys that I thought were for sure going to be the main person. This guy's going to be the king. He's going to unite everything. This is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
From Ned Stark right down the line, and every single time they get whacked. They're dead. So
yeah.
It's to the point where I don't even know who at this point. I thought it was Jon Snow was my next favorite. So just because I have a favorite, they seem to meet their demise, and we'll see what happens with Jon Snow. But
Well,
yeah.
Valar Morghulis, all men must die. So to speak, we'll see.
Yeah.
But I definitely think, well, apparently it's already out that it's going to end at season 8. So maybe there'll be spin-offs and but pretty much the story will end at 8. So, Sammy, you're on mute. If you want to just talk about, well, I know you just started. So just talk about where it ranks for you, TV shows, and
Where did you say where it ranks for me?
yeah, like what does Game of Thrones mean to you as far as TV shows?
Oh, I love it. Probably, I know many will disagree, but for me, because I absolutely love Xena, I have to say it's probably on par, pretty much equal with Xena. Better than Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Charmed. What else? Yeah, I mean, because my top 3 would probably be like Xena, Charmed, or Buffy and then Charmed. But that does not include like Daredevil or Jessica Jones. But yeah, for me, Game of Thrones is right up there with like Xena. And I think they go along side by side together.
When did you start watching it?
Which one? Xena?
No, we're talking about Game of Thrones, sir.
Game of Thrones. Well, I watched it all in like I think within a week. Like last week, I just watched all 5 seasons thanks to Movie Mike, which I think that's Movie Mike right there, right?
Yeah, hi, Sam.
Hey, it's good to finally meet you, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. And
Oh, that's Movie Mike. Hey, Movie Mike.
so I
Hey,
have,
Dean, how's it going?
yeah, so I have to really thank Movie Mike for kind of introducing something that I have already in my collection for years. Because every year I'd get it, and just put it aside until he encouraged me to. I should open them up and watch them. And then big thank you to you again, Robbie, for the digital code for season 5, which enabled me to kind of catch up with everybody.
That was my way of, just showing. I wanted you to get off the games and get back into shows, movies, and I knew Game of Thrones would get you hooked like that. It's like, I don't know why everyone is putting it off or won't give it a chance. It's like, they may not be into fantasy, but fantasy, yes, there's dragons, there's the living dead, but that doesn't really have a big part of it yet. It's more of the acting, the epicness of, I'm not the biggest fan of, I like Lord of the Rings, but don't compare the two. They're different,
Oh, really?
Mhm.
For me, I see them always go hand in hand, and yeah, you don't have to be into like fantasy or anything like that, but it helps for you to like it, I guess, even more. At least for me, in any case, because I absolutely love like, the fantasy stuff, and I still do my games, but I play them alongside with Game of Thrones. As a matter of fact, watching Game of Thrones gets me pumped up to play some Skyrim or like Kingdoms of Amalur or something. So it for me kind of goes in tandem together, which I absolutely love.
Okay, so everyone here obviously is caught up. Sammy, you just finished it.
I'm all caught up. Yep.
Okay, so season 6 coming around.
Okay. Which, thank you to Dean, I'll be able to see that too because he gave me a code, so like an HBO code, so I can see it with you guys.
Okay.
Good.
So Dean, let's start with you. Your first on is who you rooting for. What house are you rooting for? Is it multiple, or what do you want to see in season 6?
Well, I don't think season 6 is gonna resolve what house is going to come out on top. So, and I don't know what house is going to come out on top. I'm very partial to trolls and dwarves. So I do like, but I absolutely hate the ruling house. So it's. I think it's going to come down to, and I don't, the book or the whole concept of George R.R. Martin was Song of Fire and Ice. So I think it comes down to White Walkers and dragons, along with probably a multitude of other people that have to gather together to defeat these White Walkers in the end. Who will become king in the end? I thought it was going to be Jon Snow. I'm going to still say Jon Snow.
Okay.
But obviously that's going to be a tough one, but I'm still going to say Jon Snow.
You see Jon Snow coming back as the White Walker, leading the White Walkers?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't. I mean, I know that
Awesome.
in death, oftentimes, if it was at the hands of the White Walkers anyway, you become a White Walker. I don't know. Some people are speculating he's going to come back as some sort of a semi-wolf or something. I don't know. I think he's going to come back. I think it's going to change him. I think he'll be resurrected by that redheaded witch whose name escapes me. But
Melisandre.
yes, who's pretty hot.
Yeah.
I think probably that's what's going to happen. We'll see.
I agree.
We'll see. I'm interested to see. I'm interested to see what happens to the. Well, I want to see Ramsay Bolton get killed in some sort of the most vicious, torturous, pain-inducing way possible. And I hope that happens next season. I guess that's my biggest wish for next season, that he gets killed in a terrible, terrible way, and I'll just be on the edge of my seat for everything else. But I really want that to happen.
He plays such a evil character that I don't think anyone likes him. But to me, prior to him, I hated
Joffrey.
I hated Greyjoy.
Theon?
Theon. I hated Theon Greyjoy with
Oh,
a passion, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden you're feeling sorry for him just because
Mhm.
there's someone even more evil than him.
Hmm.
Torturing him.
then
But
he cut his
regardless,
cock off.
I don't think
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah.
You gotta feel bad for somebody who gets his dick cut off, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, sympathize a little bit.
yeah. So okay, well, moving on, Sean. How about you? Is there a particular house that you're rooting for?
Who am I rooting for? Do you know what? I don't really care about the old houses. I'm more about the wall and the wildling side. I'm more interested to find out what's going to happen with that side of things. But,
Okay. Well, so Castle Black. Maybe you're for. Are you for those guys? The pros?
yeah,
The Night's
Castle
Watch.
Black, the Night's Watch. Yeah.
Okay.
They're pretty screwed right now, if I remember correctly. So they're gonna have to
Yeah.
get some more people from somewhere.
Killed their own leader. Okay.
Mm.
All right.
Watch.
Yeah. So let's go to you, Sammy. You're the most freshest. You just
Okay.
want a couple
I'll go
hits.
with. I'm hoping it's Daenerys Stormborn of House Targaryen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm rooting for her. Even though there's other characters I love, but if I have to pick a house, then Targaryen.
Okay. So where do you see Targaryens? Because it left off with her pretty much.
Oh, what did it say? I can't.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. But it left off with her, being stranded, and then a bunch of the Dothrakians. There was no doubt that was the clan of the Dothrakians.
Yeah, that was a new
Oh,
Dothraki
okay.
word.
Yeah. Oh, so you're saying it's a new? It wasn't
Well,
once.
no, it's probably the same one, but it's a giant one now. Whoever the new call is. It's been in the universe. It's been a couple of years.
Boy.
Okay. So do you feel like she's gonna lead that army? Do you feel? I mean, there's no doubt that the dragons are gonna play a role. But do you see her coming out of that like even more powerful?
I think this. She'll end up somehow falling in love with Tyrion, and those two will get married, God willing. And then she'll lead the Dothraki, and they all join forces. The second son.
Second Sons,
and
yeah.
then, Second Sons, okay, and what are
Dario
those?
Naharis.
And Dothraki, and they all get together. And I think this. She's just gonna go there back to Westeros, and she's gonna. I think she said something about stop the wheel. She doesn't want to
I want to break the wheel.
I want to break the wheel. So maybe she wants to just get rid of it all and then just have everyone unite. So there's no separation of different houses and bring them all together. That's what I'm hoping.
Okay.
And then they band together to fight against the White Walkers and all those ice zombies or whatever. I don't know the difference between the White Walkers, the generals, and then the other ones are just zombies. Or are they all White Walkers?
The zombified ones are called whites.
Oh, whites. Okay. Okay.
The White Walkers are the
is
ones
like
that are actually the ones that look with the blue eyes and look like zombified leaders.
Ah,
Swords.
okay.
And the one with the crown thing, that's called the North King.
North King. Okay.
So
So,
speaking of Daenerys, you said that both are powerful fan favorites. Tyrion, yes, and Daenerys. That would be a great duo. I see more of, although he's grayscaled now, but Jorah, man, Jorah, I love his character. But for some reason, I want to root for him, man. He has so much of a crush on.
Yeah, he fell hard.
Yeah, he fell hard. So I'm just totally like, somehow if they could both turn whatever scaly creatures. No.
Yeah, he's Jorah's fucked. He's gonna die.
He's
got grayscale. There's no cure for that except for when you're young, like the Shireen.
Okay. All right, Mike.
Because those things touch him? Won't he just become like
because
that?
the dragon scale.
Okay. How come he won't become like that? They're not dead. The one that touched him.
Well, they're not dead, but they're mindless.
Oh, he's gonna be like that.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Oh no. Okay.
Okay, Mike. Is there a particular house? Thoughts?
If I had to pick one, I would probably say Daenerys, most likely. I think that's the person who's gonna, because she talking about the Dothraki thing, I think that they're going to bring her in thinking that she's a criminal or whatever. They're going to try to kill her or be burned at the stake or something, and she'll obviously survive. And then Drogon will show up and kill a bunch of them, and then they'll follow her because she has a giant dragon. So I think that's what'll happen. And then she'll have all the Unsullied plus the Second Sons plus an entire Dothraki horde, and she'll end up coming to Westeros with that.
Well, don't forget about the other two dragons. I mean,
Oh yeah, well the other one, Viserys and I forget their names.
Drogon, Viserys, and
I forget their names.
yeah. Okay.
Do they have dragon Funko Pop?
Yeah,
They do.
Oh, can I see? Do you have?
quite a bit.
Is that Crumb? Mike, is that Crumb? Your picture?
Oh yeah, it is.
Sweet. I just figured that out. Cool.
Yeah, I just watched that the other day.
So that's the bigger one.
Great movie.
I gave collecting Funko Pops, but there's something about the Game of Thrones ones that are great. And I just checked. These are a couple of them are like a couple years old. Some of them are like retired and worth like a couple $100.
Oh.
Yeah.
What about that one?
That one is pretty common, but as far like Renly Baratheon, probably one of the least showed characters, that's worth a couple $100.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So.
I think that's funny you mentioned Renly. I think Renly would have been a good leader, which is too bad he died. I think he was a good guy.
Yes. Okay, so I'm a big Daenerys fans, but even though the Starks, man, you got to feel bad.
Sucks for them.
Yeah, the Starks, man.
So, but there's still
Sansa.
There's still Arya. There's
And
still
Sansa.
Sansa, and there's still Bran. So
And Rickon. Rickon's still out
Rickon.
there with Osha.
yeah, Rickon. Yep, he's still there.
Who cares?
But I feel like Bran. I feel season 6 is gonna be big on Arya's character because of all the heads, the masks.
It's gonna be really big on Bran, definitely though, because he's actually with the Three-Eyed Raven now, who's played by what's his face, Max von Sydow.
So
Yeah.
is he gonna like orcs and all these little magical people?
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of that going on with his story.
Wow.
There's actually,
That should be good.
there's in the trailer they actually showed a piece of like a backstory. I think that the Three-Eyed Raven's going to show Bran what happened after the sacking of King's Landing with Robert's Rebellion, and what
Mad
happened
King.
when they Rhaegar kidnapped Lyanna Stark, which is important because that's yeah. I mean, we can talk about spoilers here. Talk about predictions and like rumors. I mean, does anybody know like R plus L equals J? That storyline?
I do.
Yeah, that's because that's important. And I think that's gonna finally be explained this season.
What was that? R plus L equals
R plus L equals J, which is Rhaegar Targaryen plus Lyanna Stark equals Jon Snow.
Who was Rhaegar?
Rhaegar was the prince, like the Mad King's son, the one who kidnapped, quote unquote, kidnapped Lyanna Stark and started the whole rebellion. Because Lyanna Stark was supposed to be wed to Robert, and Robert freaked the fuck out and killed everybody,
Okay.
But Lyanna Stark, supposedly didn't want to marry Robert. She was in love with Rhaegar. And so they went off and were together for a while, and then she was, the rumor is that she gave birth to Jon Snow from Lyanna Stark
I never
and
kept it a secret.
Rhaegar Targaryen.
Okay. Now, is that story? I must have missed a lot of that. Is that through the books?
That's mainly the books. But
Okay.
if you watch the show again,
Speculation.
there's
So
a lot
far.
of hinting at that, because when you talk about like the Ned Stark, he never actually calls Jon Snow his son. He just calls him my blood.
Okay.
So I think that that's going to be happening this season.
Okay. Jose Danilo, he seems to know what you guys are talking about. She is brother to Misa.
Who?
I don't know. He just said brother to Misa.
Misa. Oh,
Well, Jon Snow would
Misa,
be technically
Daenerys. Technically, yeah, he'd be a brother or half brother to Daenerys.
Okay. Okay, so you know, just based off the thing, I think Jon Snow's based off the trailer for season 6. I think Jon Snow will get resurrected, not dead.
Yeah.
Davos have a big thing to do with it. So is Melisandre. But I mean, Tyrion, I don't know, man. I don't think Tyrion's gonna last, dude. Like the whole Lannisters, I think they're done. Like,
Well, because it's just Cersei and Jaime now.
yeah.
Well, and Tyrion, obviously.
Speaking of which, how do you guys feel? Like, they pretty much push the limits on a lot of things, like incest and a lot of nudity. But I don't think it's unnecessary. I think it's all done in a way.
I think it was a bit more unnecessary in the first seasons, a little bit. They got a lot better as it went along.
Okay.
Except for the part where Jaime banged his sister next to Joffrey's funeral.
Yeah, that was that was a little much.
They didn't show anything there, though.
No, but it was like, that was rape, basically.
Okay.
There was a whole outcry online about that shit. Like, what the
Oh.
fuck? Jaime just raped his sister in front of their dead son.
Yeah,
That
that
was,
was pretty graphic. How about the walk? The walk of
The Walk of Shame, yeah.
Oh.
That was fucked up.
That was
I didn't
messed
even know that wasn't Lena Headey until I heard about that online, that it was a stunt double with her face on it.
Oh, wow.
Because she was like 8 months pregnant at the time, so she couldn't do it,
Mm.
Yep.
Oh, man, okay.
which is fucked up and
Good
cool.
job.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to your favorite character and your most hated character, or characters you didn't care for. Go with Dean again.
Well, Ramsay Bolton is right up there with the most hated character, I think, of all. I guess I wasn't a big fan of Stannis either. I like Tyrion quite a bit. I like Jon Snow quite a bit. I like, for some reason, I like the, and I can't think of her name, but she's the current queen. She's been the queen like twice now. What's her name?
Marjorie?
Marjorie. Yes, Marjorie. Queen Marjorie.
Marjorie Tyrell, yeah.
Yeah, I like her. She's pretty hot. I guess that's why I like her. But she's ruthless in kind of but not as bad as the Queen Mother in some ways. So I kind of like her. I think she's gonna pair up with the Queen Mother this next season because she's still in jail.
Yeah, she's still in the High Septon.
Right? They hate that religious group. The Queen, is going to come back with a vengeance.
Because she's got the zombified mountain.
Yeah, she's got the mountain now. Yeah, the zombified mountain is back. So, he's going to kick ass. And sooner or later, I think those two are going to side against the religious group there to throw them out. I don't like them either. I guess the storyline's good, but I don't care for that whole group. Yep. So hopefully they get out this season. And get back to the White Walkers and more of the ruthlessness within the kingdoms and intermixing with the kingdoms. And I like his name escapes me, but he's the guy that's going to turn into the Walker.
Dora.
I like him a lot. I thought that he and Daenerys were going to get together, but I guess that's not going to happen. Or maybe dragon's blood does something to that thing. Who knows? I mean, I guess there could be a way to stop it, but
true.
At this point, you can't rule anything out, really.
Yeah, you just don't know. You just don't know. I like him a lot. I'm trying to think of anybody else I really like. I like all the Starks. All the Starks I like. I feel bad. I feel so bad for the Starks.
Yeah.
And, I think they are going to reunite the remaining, what's left of them. Probably join with somebody else at some point, and I don't know if they'll be a major player. Well, they'll be a major player. Whether they'll unite the kingdom, who knows? But I think they're pretty key. and I'll be interested to see what happens with them. This because I think they're all free now, right? They're able to get together now at some point this season. But the first time they have been, I think.
All right, Sean, on Hollow Media, who do you like? Who do you hate?
I like a lot of characters in the show, but I would say that one of my favourite ones that comes to mind is Bronn, which is basically the sellsword who was Tyrion's friend for a while, and now he's with Jaime. But he's just one of those funniest characters in the show. He's just so blunt, and he just goes wherever the money is, and that's all that really matters to him most of the time. And he's just one of the best characters who I'm surprised survived this long. Like, he's still alive somehow.
Is there any spies?
I would say, not to be generic with Ramsay and the rest, I'd probably say Meryn Trant. He was a piece of shit. If you don't know who he is, he was the one of the royal guards, the one who wore gold all the time. He was the one who was killed by Arya in the whole house. Like, he was just a piece of shit from day one all the way up to
I was glad to see him die.
Yeah, and he got it pretty bad as well. He died in a pretty vicious way.
Yeah.
So they're my two favourite and most hated, I guess.
How about Sammy? Same question.
Okay. I guess favorite character will have to be. Okay. There's Arya, Tyrion, but then I guess number one will be Daenerys. And most hated, number one, of course, is
Ramsay
Bolton.
Yeah.
But prior to him was probably Joffrey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That guy that Sean said, the one who got his eyes stabbed out. Him.
Meryn Trant, yeah.
Meryn Trant, yeah. I think that guy was a cocksucker too. So glad he died.
Okay, how about Ruby Mike?
Same, probably. I'd say Daenerys. I like Jon Snow. I've always liked him.
Yeah.
Jon Snow, yeah. Forgot him.
And obviously Ramsay's pretty easy to hate. And Roose, honestly, Roose Bolton's a piece of shit too, honestly.
Okay.
Someone I used to hate would have been Jaime, season 1 and 2 Jaime. I didn't like, but now I like him a lot.
Yeah, I like him a lot, yep.
But otherwise, I'd say probably those two. Roose, the two Boltons are shitty, and then I don't care for Alistair Thorne from Castle Black, the guy who stabbed Jon.
Yes.
I think he's an idiot.
All right, so I mean, yes, all those characters are great. I like them. The ones that you said are favorites, but one guy that many people think is dead, but somehow he can't be. And that to me is the Hound.
Oh yeah.
No
way. He isn't dead.
Brienne of Tarth messed him up. He fell off the mountain. Arya left him, but for some reason, I think they never showed him completely dead. So I think somehow
too good of a character to kill off.
Yeah.
I think.
So speaking of hate, definitely I didn't like the Mountain's character. Wow, what an episode was that? The Viper versus the Mountain.
That was like episode 8 of season 4.
Yeah.
That was a good episode, but that sucked.
And the one that I really hated was who's the old man from frickin' the Red Wedding?
Walder Frey.
Yeah.
Walder Frey.
Oh, I just hated him.
He's a prick. I forgot about him. He's on my list now too. Yeah, I forgot.
He's on my list.
Ugly vibes. But one we're forgetting is that little runt kid, Aaron from Aaron.
Aaron, huh?
Aaron, the little boy.
Oh yeah. What's his face? Robert Aaron, the young Robert Aaron. I think is that his name, Robert.
Robin
Aaron. Yeah.
Oh, Robin.
That little boy. I want to push him down that moon hole.
Who's this boy? Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about
the kid that was sucking on the tit of the queen.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was kind of a weird kid.
Yeah, I think he's. Yeah.
So okay. So those are characters. How about episodes, guys? Many epic episodes, but is there some? I mean, I don't think any's like not a favorite, but our favorite episodes.
That's tough.
That's tough. The ninth episode of every season, basically.
Basically.
Yeah.
Red Wedding, epic episode.
Yeah.
That,
Mm.
Well, it's like
had-
your favorite and your least favorite because of the Kill with all the Starks.
Hard Home. I think it's called Hard Home.
Yeah, last season. Hard Home.
Okay.
That was episode 8 or 9. That was episode 8.
8.
Because
Okay.
Dance with Dragons was this number 9. But that was a good episode with
Really
when
good.
the guy put his arms out and they all rose.
Yes.
Fucked up.
I love that.
Like, how the fuck do you fight that?
episode.
Okay, that was a good one. Yep.
I like the first episode, honestly. The very first episode.
Oh,
I'm going to go with, I'm not sure if it's the actual title of the episode, but it's basically the Battle of Blackwater. It's episode
Yeah, the one's
9,
called
season
Blackwater.
oh, when they showed the giants, the first time they showed those fucking giants.
No, the second season, episode 9, when Tyrion's leading the fight on King's Landing.
2, with all the big green fire bombs blowing
Yeah,
over
the
and
wildfire.
And he
That
got
was
his
good.
scar.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was Scar.
full on Lord of the Rings battle. I love that episode.
How about the purple wedding? The
Yeah,
poison-
that was good. With the lion and the rose.
Yeah, dude.
That's because he died. That was great.
The Viper in the Mountain, man. That was fucking
yeah.
great. Just when you
Epic.
thought Martell. What was that line he was saying? You raped my kid.
You raped her. You murdered her. You killed her children.
Yes.
I liked Oberon a lot. That sucked.
Yeah.
Yep. And then,
And a hated episode is when they killed off Rob and Caitlin.
Yeah, that was Rains of Castamere.
yeah, let's talk about Caitlyn, like her acting. Jesus, like her
Fantastic.
son really died. That was fantastic.
Yeah.
No.
Well, do you guys know who Lady Stoneheart is?
I do.
Yeah.
Refresh us.
Well, like, I don't. At this point, I don't think it's going to happen because it's been how many seasons since then now? It's been 4 and 5, and now 6.
Yeah.
In the books, Caitlin Stark was resurrected by the Brotherhood Without Banners. That Beric Dondarrion, that guy who keeps resurrecting.
The eye patch down.
Yeah, with the eye patch. He goes and they find her body in the river. You mentioned in the last episode of season 3, they mentioned that they dumped her body in the river. Well, like they find it, and they resurrect her, and he dies, and then her essence comes back to life, and she's this fucking murderous ghost monster person.
Wow.
And she's got the hole in her neck, and she can barely speak and whispers and stuff, and she just hangs everybody she meets.
Wow.
It's fucked up, but it might be too fucked up for the show, honestly. Like, it might be too confusing. So that's probably why they didn't do it. Every single season, I kept waiting and waiting and waiting for them to just show her. But at this point, I don't think it's going to happen. Because she's long dead now. She's rotting. I think what they might do is they might give that type of character to Sansa. Like, she might become the Lady Stoneheart.
Okay.
And she'll end up with the Brother Without Banners, and she'll start hanging people and go to the Walder Freys and hang all those fuckers.
Yeah, that brings up another one that, like, I don't know. Sometimes I like him, sometimes I hate him. Peter Baelish.
Yes, yeah, Peter.
Like, sometimes when you think he's turning the corner, he just frickin' reverts back to his old ways.
Mm-hmm.
guys-
That's because the actor's so good too.
And then Lord Varys, I'm a fan of Lord Varys helping out Tyrion.
Yeah. The Spider, yeah.
Yeah.
I like him a lot. I think he's actually, of all the people, he's the only true good one that was on the council and stuff.
Yep.
Like, he's definitely much better than Baelish.
I agree. Just as far, like, Game of Thrones, man, you're on that show. You're pretty much gold. Like, have you noticed a lot of movies right now are taking, they're getting like a lot of roles now.
Of actors? Yeah. Well, like, Emilia Clarke was in, obviously, Terminator, and she's in, like, 2 new movies this year.
Yeah, so Emilia Clarke, she was also on Dom Hemingway with...
Oh, she was? With Sam
Yeah.
Rockwell?
Yep, and then...
Wait, that's not right. Yeah, I don't know.
No, it's
Yeah, with, what's his
Jude
face?
Law. Jude Law.
Yeah, Jude Law's his name. I'm thinking of Don Verdoon, that other movie.
Then you have Cersei, Lena Headey, of course, Rise of the Empire, 300.
Mm-hmm.
He was on The Purge, and then you just watched this today, and that was Dread.
Yeah, she was good in that too.
Yeah, she was Mama, and also Sarah Connors. Also.
Yeah, well, that was before though.
In,
That was before Game of Thrones started.
And then you got Sansa going to be Jean Grey, right? And,
Yeah, that's going to be a big role for her. And then
Wow.
Kit Harington was in that terrible Pompeii movie though.
Yeah, so Kit Harington was in Pompeii Mission Impossible 5, the
Well,
seventh.
no, it's called MI5. That was not the same movie.
Oh, it's
Spooks the Greater Good.
That was specifically misleading, I think.
okay,
You're
MI5.
right back, guys.
And he started in Silent Hill Revelations. And then
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Tyrion, Peter
Tyrion's
Dinklage,
been in. Yeah.
he was a star before Game of Thrones. He was in Death at a Funeral.
Mm-hmm. The Station Agent.
Yeah,
One of the Narnia movies as well. Right?
Elf.
X-Men, The Days of Future Past, The Pixels, and then now he stars in The Boss. You have Arya. She was in Doctor Who episodes for like 5 or 6 Doctor Who episodes.
She's supposed to be in the movie for that game.
The Last of Us.
Yeah, she's supposed to be. I don't know if that's actually going to happen.
I heard that movie's in like development hell right now, so.
Yeah,
Not sure
I'd
that's
watch it if it ever come to be available, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon.
Jamie Lannister was in Oblivion, Mama, Gods of Egypt.
Yeah, he was in Gods of Egypt apparently.
Yep. Brianna
Too bad.
Tarth was in Star Wars.
Yep.
Captain Phasma.
And she's going to be in more of them. I'm sure Captain Phasma is going to be more important after we see more.
She was
That
also
a smaller role.
Mockingjay 2.
Oh, she was. Okay.
Yep, Joffrey was a little kid in Batman Begins.
Yeah, I remember his face when he started the show. Like, I recognize that fucking kid.
What a dick. He reminds me of Malfoy. Just a little dick kid.
Well, he's not even an actor anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he actually he was contractually obligated to finish out Game of Thrones, but he didn't like the character at all. Like he knew he hated him. He was glad he died. He's like a humanitarian or something now. He wants to get his doctorate.
Yeah.
So he's like a much better person than his fucking character, and he's gonna forever be associated with it.
So, Sandy, the exotic chick, Fast and Furious 7.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Natalie Dormer, Marjorie, was in The Forest recently.
Yeah.
Balls. She was in Captain America. She was in Rush.
Oh yeah.
Davos
That's right.
was in Safe House.
Davos Seaworth.
He was in he was in Safe House. He was also in The Clash of the Titans.
Oh, he was in that horror movie I watched last year too. God, I can't remember the name of it.
Rob Stark was in Cinderella, the live action, as the prince.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he was.
And of course, Sean Bean. He was in everything.
And he dies and everything.
Yeah.
So that should have been a big giveaway.
Yeah. So, basically, like, you know, if you're a main character there, it's easy to get other employment. So, if you die on Game of Thrones, don't worry, your career's not over.
That's right.
It's a good thing. So, all right, guys. So, anyone in the chat, you got Brett, Jose, is there anything you guys want to ask or add to the conversation? I mean, pretty much, you know, pretty much we can go on and on about each character, but let's talk more about the Lannisters. So you had Joffrey, which his dad is what he thought was his uncle, Jaime Lannister,
He was technically a Baratheon.
who was technically a Baratheon.
Joffrey.
Right.
Why do you say that?
Hmm?
Why do you?
Isn't that what you
Because
said?
Cersei's married to Robert.
Yeah, because he's married to Robert. Robert Baratheon was king. He's supposed to be the son of the king, but you know, technically. But anyway, yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, well, okay, I gotcha. But from Lannister blood,
Yeah,
both,
I got you.
his mom and dad is both Lannister,
It's never proven.
and the daughter, she both right out of incest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, technically, yeah.
Yep. And they're technically dead. What I think's
Yes,
gonna
they are.
happen is all Lannisters are gonna die. I hate to say it, but even Tyrion. Like I think that like upcoming Cersei and them only get so far with the mountain, and then they just get wiped out. I'm hoping.
Not Tyrion. Tyrion's gonna stick around.
I
I
I want
know.
Jamie to survive.
Is he like Tyrion, the Daryl of The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Like, you can't kill Tyrion.
Well, that's the other thing. Another rumor. Tyrion's not a Lannister.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Tyrion is a Targaryen. Maybe. Who
Okay.
knows?
So there goes Sammy's thought. That'd be another incest thing then. That
Well,
would,
technically, the Targaryens are the ones that did do incest, so it would totally be fine.
yeah. Well, we were talking about that earlier, Brad, about Resurrected of Jon Snow and whatnot. He was getting a lot of hate in public. Who? Dinklage?
No, I think it's on about the guy who played the king. Can't remember his name.
Joffrey?
Oh,
He's
God. So
Getting
he
like insulted in the streets for being
probably doesn't want to.
Joffrey, basically.
That's the type of role that everyone affiliates you with. That's how you become popular. They always like see you as King Joffrey, little punk ass kid. I think as far as so, what do you think about? They were saying season 7, season 8 only being like a half a dozen episodes or something like that. That sucks.
It depends how they wrap this season up. Like if they wrap this season up as a penultimate
I heard that
season,
too.
then
But just like with The Walking Dead, just like with Breaking Bad, you know there's going to be spin-off. It's a money. It's
Well,
such-
there's that entire world, that universe has so much. They could easily do a Robert's Rebellion or a whole series of pre-story, pre-current, and do
Yeah.
lots of stuff, sideline stuff. George R. R. Martin has written shit that isn't even remotely in the show. So they could easily milk that, and they don't need to have these current showrunners because they're the ones who don't want to do it that long. They want to be done after like season 7 or 8,
yes.
I guess.
Dean, you're still there?
Yes, I am.
Hey, so that book that you have, was there, like, I need to get a copy of that, but you want to kind of tell us about it and show us? Because I've never seen something.
Is it that big book of Westeros?
Yes.
Yeah, my brother has that book. It's pretty cool.
It's not called the Big Book of Westeros, but maybe
Well.
that's the same thing. I don't know. I think it's called the Book of Fire and Ice, or Ice and Fire. Is that what you're
Yeah.
thinking of, Mike?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'll show it to you. Hold on, let me just grab it off the shelf here, and I'll show it to you real quick. It basically is a history of Westeros, I guess you'd say.
Mhm.
Let me see here. Let me take off my. Excuse me. There we go. It's this book right here.
Yeah, that book. Yep.
Yeah,
World of Fire and Ice and Fire.
the book is cool. I mean, the artwork alone in this thing made me buy it. But the stories are really neat. It's all the. Just give you an idea. This is the kind of artwork you see in it, so you can see that. You can just pick it up and read a story, which is what I've done. You pick up a lot of background stuff that happened a long time ago within the world. I'm going to guess some of it would have some impact on the current stuff. Yeah, let's give you an idea of the artwork. Pretty cool stuff. And it takes you right up until Robert Baratheon became king. So it kind of leads you up to exactly the point where Game of Thrones sort of begins.
Mm-hmm.
But ties in a lot of, all the houses are mentioned here, and then some others that I don't think are still around. But all the major houses are in this. Yeah. The Targaryen kings are featured in quite in a lot of it. In fact, the Targaryen kings are probably a third of the book.
Yeah, that's an important backstory with Aegon and Aegon the First, and before the Mad King and all that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but it goes right through all that. So I mean, it's to me, it reminds me. I mean, I won't draw a direct comparison because it's not the same. But it does remind me a lot of the Lord of the Rings as far as the the size of the world created, the history behind the world created, and all that. From that standpoint, it reminds me of the Lord of the Rings, and that's one of the things I liked about Lord of the Rings. It was all that history, and things tied in and made sense, and pretty cool stuff. But I like the book a lot. I think I got it for like $20 on sale.
Whoa.
Really? Damn, that's a good price. I should get that for that price.
Like Westeros is sort of based on Europe. The whole map is sort of like Europe.
Yeah,
I heard.
that region.
Yeah, that's what I saw too. All right.
Like the Middle Ages.
Yeah, it's a cool book. I'd recommend it. Even if you just read a few stories here and there and just check out the artwork, it's worth $20.
But I mean, like, that's perfect source material for a prequel show. Easy. They could call it A Song of Ice and Fire, a Game of Thrones prequel, or something.
Yeah.
There's like a website about like it's not just like a supposed Roach Rebellion prequel, but it's like someone's ID for it, and they have all of the casting for it, people they think should play it, and it's just like a really good article. It has like, I think it's
Yeah.
the guy who plays Professor X was in it, and I think Tom Hardy was cast as Robert.
Oh, really?
Like,
That's cool. Ooh, actually, Tom Hardy as Robert, that'd be great.
Really cool article. I'll try and find it.
What'd you guys make of that quote from Tyrion in I guess you've all seen the season 6 preview. That quote, which I don't have it exactly right. I'm sure somebody will get it right. But something along the lines of, you can't control dragons, and how do you know that? He goes, I do two things: I drink and I know things.
Yeah.
That was pretty funny, but. We've seen that Daenerys has less and less control over these dragons to the point where she had to chain them up at one point. I'm just wondering, are they gonna stay with her the whole time? You think, or will they become their own force?
I'm not sure. I think she'll learn to control them better.
You think?
Like, I think a theory that she can, other people can warg into them. Like, if she could actually warg into Drogon, she could control it.
I have a feeling they will show the dragons are powerful, and they'll trade whatever for them.
I just posted that link in the article.
I think at least one or two of them they're gonna dispose of. I think it might come down to one of the Drogon big dragon, but for some reason I just think someone's gonna kill one of them. At least. Maybe it's the White Walkers. It's the White Walkers, but I think that's why there's 3.
Yeah.
How about I just had a brain fart, but as far as your Blu-rays, any of you got something like special exclusive to your Blu-rays or your box sets? Did you guys go with the Best Buy exclusives, different houses?
Yeah, I have all the Best Buy exclusives.
So
I'm waiting for the complete set to come out in like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, one thing that I may do yearly is just binge watch it. It's such an easy watch.
Yeah, agreed. It was so easy. I watched them all. I tried to space it out over a month or something, but I ended up watching it over 3 weeks or less.
It's almost as addicting as Witcher 3, right, Mike?
Yeah.
On go.
Almost.
Yeah. So. Wow. Okay, we talked about the episodes. Won a lot of awards. Anything else, Sean? I know you're pressed for time. Might have to leave pretty soon, but is there anything you want to add?
Not sure. I'm sure I don't have any merch for Game of Thrones, but I do have a picture of something I did for Game of Thrones a while back. Just try and find it really quick. Hope you guys can check this out. I actually did like a Halloween pumpkin of the Hound. Can you guys see that? I'm not sure if it's too glary or not.
It's a little bit glary.
I can kind of see it. Oh, okay, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's about all I've got as far as merchandise for Game of Thrones. It's what I made myself, but
Got to get something that lasts all year long and carve it.
Yeah,
Without a
definitely.
whoop, that would be dope. But yeah, the hound has to be one of my tops. Um,
Yeah, he'll be back and probably this season, by the way. 'Cause
Woo!
That's another theory.
yeah,
The Gravedigger theory.
I've heard about that theory too.
Yeah.
cool.
We haven't
Fact-
talked about the new characters either that are coming into the show from the
Yeah.
casting. If anyone knows about that,
What was that? Who's coming?
it was like Ian McShane. And,
Yeah, Ian McShane is apparently some like priest guy, and that's the character that's going to introduce the Hound, I think.
Yeah,
Because in the
that's
books,
cool.
there's a scene, a scenario with Bran, I think. I forget who, but there's like a monastery. People they've taken a vow of silence and they don't work. But there's this giant guy who's a gravedigger in the background. You can't see his face. He's like lifting giant sacks of things really easily, and he's got a limp. The fact that they even talk about him tells me that that's most likely the Hound.
And we're probably also going to be seeing a lot more of the Theon's family in this one as well. They've casted two
Oh yeah, the Greyjoys.
the
Yeah.
Greyjoys.
Oh yeah, the
Which-
brother, the uncle, what's his face? Who's going to be in it? I forget his name.
But they should be getting a bigger story this season. Some more Greyjoys.
Yeah.
I think one is Grey Worm still alive? I think his time's up. He's gonna die.
Who?
The Grey Worm. The Unsullied.
Oh yeah, yes, Unsullied. Yeah, he's still alive. I
Okay.
think. Yeah, he's still alive.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of characters, that they're, every episode someone important's gonna die. Arya's mentor, he's gonna die.
Jaqen?
Yeah.
Jaqen Hagar?
I think he's gonna die.
Well, technically, you saw him die, and then he wasn't dead.
Yeah.
That's the thing about being a faceless man. They don't technically. That's why I keep asking him, who are you? You're no one. Jaqen Hagar is just a name.
Oh yeah, that guy's. Yeah, he's
I
gone.
kind of hope that they somehow work that Jaqen Hagar is actually her trainer from the first season.
Oh
can't
yeah,
remember his
Syrio.
name.
That'd be awesome if he was Syrio,
Yeah.
but I think that's unlikely. But that'd be cool.
Wrap up that story, I think.
Let's talk more about the White Walkers. It just seems like they're so indestructible because you may kill them, but they come back to life. So it's like anybody that dies in your faction turns into a White Walker. So
Yeah.
like the only way to stop them is probably going to be the dragons or dragon.
Yeah.
Dragon. What do they call it?
Dragon Glass.
Dragon Glass, yeah, or Valyrian Steel, apparently.
Okay. Valyrian Steel.
That's the sword that
Yeah.
Jon Snow used, the Longclaw.
What's going on with those sand girls, the sand people?
The Sand Sisters, or whatever
Yeah.
they're called.
Sand
Yeah.
Snakes.
Sand Snakes, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in the books they were more interesting. In the show, I thought they kind of sucked. I don't know what was going on there, but they were not as interesting as I thought they were going to be.
Yeah, they showed a couple,
Yeah. They were okay. I hope there's more to do with them, more interesting things going on.
Yeah.
But all they did was get
Killed
thrown in
Connor.
jail.
Well, surely Jamie's and Cersei are going to want revenge against the
Oh, yeah.
Martells.
I'm sure they're going to want a war on Dorne now.
So I could see that, but I think Cersei's time's up. She's gonna die. Who's gonna die first, Cersei or Marjorie?
Marjorie.
Probably Marjorie. Yeah. If we're going to pick one who might die, Cersei's
Okay.
got the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys think that
That
Loris will die?
The mountain brother.
Marjorie's brother will be executed?
Yes.
That wouldn't surprise me. That
Kill
could start a war with the Tyrells. Yeah.
Yep. Any characters we missed, guys, in the chat? Who didn't we talk about? Who did we forget? We didn't really talk about the Boltons. Do you see them as a big force?
Well, they're becoming one. They have the entire North now,
Right.
technically. So, I mean, I think that'll be a big fight. I think that once Jon Snow comes back, he's going to end up taking the Wilding army and fighting the Boltons and winning.
Okay.
And maybe that's when we'll get Ramsay's head.
Who do you think will be the first to bite the bullet, Roose or Ramsay?
Between the two, probably Roose.
Yeah, the dad. I at first I thought it was gonna be Ramsey killing his dad.
Yeah. I could see that though, because his wife's pregnant with a new heir.
Yep.
So I could see him killing them both and saying, "Fuck this, I'm doing it myself."
And I think a safe death that would capture people's hearts or make them like upset, but they need it for the show is they're probably gonna kill off Sam Tarly.
Samuel Tarly, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's on his way to Old Town right now to study to be a maester.
Oh, that's right. So he's gonna.
He shouldn't be
dad
dying.
there as well. It doesn't. His parents live where he's going.
How about his girl? Maybe his girl.
Gilly?
Gilly.
Maybe. Gilly and Little Sam?
Yeah. Keep the baby. But someone, like I said, I'm preparing for the worst. You know what's gonna happen. So, maybe it's.
I could see Jamie dying.
Yeah.
That would suck actually. I like Jamie now, but I could see that.
How about Brianna Tarth?
I hope not. But yeah, her Brienne and Pod will gruesome twosome.
Is Stannis dead?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, Stannis.
Yeah, he's dead.
That actor didn't like being on the show apparently.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
I kind of hope he isn't dead, even though it most likely is. But I wanted to see him lose everything and be on his own and try.
He almost basically was at that point. Like he had lost his entire army, he lost his wife, lost his daughter, lost fucking everything. So yeah, he was basically as low as he was gonna go. So they may as well kill him.
That's true.
So if you see Jon Snow leading the wildlings, what happens to the people that killed him?
He'll kill them all. It wouldn't surprise me. The other thing too with Jon Snow, because him coming back, like it might not be the Jon Snow we remember. Like it might be a different, because that's the prophecy too, that the person who's going to lead the Lord of Light is Azor Ahai is reborn through fire, and if the Red Woman Melisandre can bring that back, the life essence of Azor Ahai might go into Jon Snow, and it's not Jon Snow anymore, but it's his body. And he'll have the flaming sword, and he'll be killing people left and right. Maybe. I don't know. That's another theory.
That would be good.
That would be good. I'm sure that'd be great to see him put a sword through fucking Alistair Thorne.
Yeah.
See, remember me, bitch?
Yeah.
For the watch.
That'd be kind of fun to see, if he did have a different personality, to see Jon Snow actually be an evil bastard.
Yeah, or much more ruthless.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Were you guys a fan of Ygritte?
Yes, I was a fan of her. She was cool.
She was in a movie, The Honeymoon.
Yeah. I didn't see it, but I heard it was good.
It was decent. But, yeah. Sammy, you're back. Do you want to add anything?
No, I'll say I like Ygritte too, the wild woman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was
I
very
thought
cool.
at first, Sammy, the White Walkers got you.
Oh,
But you were resurrected. You're back.
Yeah, exactly. That's what happened. I had a Valerian sword, so I was able to defeat them.
All right.
By the way, you know at the start of season maybe 4, when they're melting down that sword,
The two swords, yeah.
that broadsword. You know whose sword that was, right?
That was Ned Stark's sword, Ice.
Ned Stark's sword called Ice.
Yeah.
Which I thought was going to play a bigger role. Maybe it will. So they melted that down and turned it into 2 swords. One went to Jaime, and I guess
Joffrey
the other one is
for his birthday.
The one to Joffrey, did it?
Yeah, that's the one he got, and then he cut up the book that Tyrion gave him at his birthday party or at the wedding.
Okay.
Brienne has that sword too.
Who?
Oathkeeper.
Brienne? He gave her a sword, a Valerian sword as well.
Oathkeeper or something?
Was that Joffrey's sword or was that his sword?
Oh, Brienne, that's Jaime's sword.
Oh, it's Jaime gave his sword.
Oathkeeper.
Okay. Oathkeeper, yeah.
Basically, whoever has a Valerian steel sword is probably going to stick around.
Probably, yeah.
Defend White Wolf.
Okay, what's going on with Tommen? King Tommen?
King Tommen, he's just a kid. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
He's a tool.
Yeah. I feel kind of bad for him, though, 'cause he doesn't seem like he's evil or anything.
No, he's not.
He just doesn't know what the hell he's doing.
Total opposite of what Joffrey was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little like a toddler battle royal between Tomlin and Robin.
Yeah, there you go.
It'll be an underage, they're gonna be fighting with Nerf swords.
Do you think that Tomlin possibly, because everyone's treating him badly and looking down on him, just think that because he's actually the king, he might start making really bad decisions just to show everyone that he's in charge?
I think he's gonna hide in his room.
Maybe.
I don't see him. I see, as long as Cersei, his mother's alive, I don't see him doing anything, really.
Yeah, she's basically in charge.
Yeah, she's the one right now that's going to go on a rampage, man. It's going to be revenge. A lot of death.
After that walk of shame, and she is out for blood with that sparrows. Those guys are going to die first.
My face will be the last one you see. To that nun.
Yeah. Shame.
Oh,
Shame. Okay.
the first they go.
Yeah.
Sparrows stand no chance. They just wear robes and they're like.
Yeah, I don't understand why there's such a force. I don't understand why the gold cloaks and them don't just fucking attack.
That's what I was.
Armor. Well, there was that part where he said, with the son, where he said, the pussy son, where he said, here, let us send them to their makers. You know, they worship, and then he's like, no, and then he turned around. Remember, he wanted to go see his mom, and then the soldiers were going to cut them down, but then he said no, and then they turned around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Chicken. So where does the Boltons, like, who's going to be their main rivals? Who are they going after?
Well, at this point, it's going to be the Watch, probably, Jon Snow and the Wildings.
Watch.
Because they're up there. They're in the north.
Okay, then where? Let's put it together. Where does not Cersei, Daenerys, and the Dothrakians and that? What's next for them?
Well, once she gets free, yeah, they're going to Westeros. I think at this point, because I think at this point she's fucking off. Marine's done. She doesn't care anymore. That didn't work out. Like, she might go back and with her dragons and kill the rest of the fucking masters or something, but that's a lost cause, I think. That did not work out in her favor.
Yeah, that backfired. Like, how much of her army's left? How much Unsullieds are left? I don't even know.
I'm sure there's still several thousand left, but, you know, they're still in Marine, aren't they?
Yeah, she just flew away and left everyone.
Yeah, everyone else is still there.
Yeah, they're still there.
Okay.
So they have to lead.
Tyrion and Jorah are going to be the ones to save her.
And Varys and Melisandre, what's her name? Sunday.
Sunday. Okay. Grey Worm. Yep.
Yeah, and Grey Worm.
And
so maybe they'll do it.
And then you have the storyline of the Lannisters versus that holy shit.
Yeah, that's going to be... I think those are probably the main themes for this entire season, or the first half of the season anyway.
Okay, so where does the Nameless head to? Like Arya and...
the Faceless Men?
Yeah, where are they going to go from?
Well, they stay in Bravos for the moment, and I'm sure that we're going to follow Arya's descent from being a blind beggar woman
Yeah.
to being
I
a
think
full-time...
Arya's going to be the one to kill Walder Frey.
Arya's going to go crazy. Like, who does... She knows a lot. She knows who killed her dad. She knows everything.
Mm-hmm.
Who's left on her list?
Cersei is. Cersei.
Yeah, that's why I said...
Mountain, Walder Frey, Cersei.
Yeah, Walder Frey.
So she might be the one.
I think she'll be the one to kill Walder Frey.
But only if she's asked to assassinate him. If she's going to be a faceless man, she can't be Arya anymore. That's the big problem with her. Like, even though we loved seeing her kill Meryn Trant, that she should not have done that. That's why she was punished.
Yep.
So I think she's going to be interesting.
Where do you see Brienne Tarth? Like, where's she?
She's going to try to find Sansa, I assume.
Okay.
So she'll be with her, probably.
So she'll be
She's
battling.
close by the Boltons, isn't she? So I'm guessing she's going to be kind of on the run from the Boltons as well, while trying to find Sansa.
Probably. But we'll see.
Now let's go back to House Aaron. Peter
Okay.
What's
Under Littlefinger?
Yeah. What's
What's up with him?
He just wants. Well, like, I love that quote from Varys from season 3 or whenever. He said, "If Lord Baelish could be like kill everyone in Westeros and be Lord of the Ashes, he would. He wants to be king of everything. He'll do whatever he can to get it. So I think he's going with the Vale first, and then he's going to try to work around.
Baelish is going to stick around until like the very last episode of the show, I think.
Yeah, probably. But he's not a good guy, technically.
Oh,
No.
he's the biggest snake, but he's also one of the most clever ones as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his backstory is pretty interesting too. You know, like if you're ever to read that.
And I know your predictions on Sansa, but I think she dies.
She might. That would be a family tradition at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Dark. We missing anybody?
But Rickon Stark.
Do you think we're going to
Yeah,
see
I don't
him?
know. Maybe he's older now that he can actually do something.
Probably starting his own clan up there in the north.
Where did they leave him?
You see with Hodor?
No, that's Bran. He's
that
with Osha, the Wilding Woman.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know if we haven't seen them
yeah.
since season 3, I think. So Hodor.
Well, this is like Sansa and Arya and, well, John's dead, but don't they all think that Rickon and Bran are dead at this point?
Yeah, I think most of them think that they're dead because of what Theon said. So yeah,
Sansa knows the truth,
Wait, no,
though.
Sansa knows the truth now. Yeah, Sansa knows.
Oh.
Arya doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, Arya might not care.
Oh.
Yep. All right, your most relieved episode, the most pleasing to you, the moment. What moment was you were like?
Joffrey's death.
Ah.
That was pleasing to me.
That was a great one.
Wow.
It could have lasted longer,
Yeah.
but I guess that still sucked for him. But yeah, that was a pretty cool episode. They close it on his face and it's all purple and he's fucking really in pain. I was laughing.
You really liked that? Oh, yeah. I remember the Facebook messages, how you mentioned you wished it was longer.
I wish that was longer.
I wish it was longer.
They could have made that an entire 20-minute scene where he's just agony and dying, just closing on his face.
Okay.
I guess though.
Yeah.
One scene was where Viserys Targaryen, the brother of
The Golden Crown.
yeah.
Mm, okay.
I love that.
I don't know the name of the episode, but the Dracarys, how she got the unsullied.
Oh, Dracarys. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I think that's called Walk of Punishment.
Walk of Punishment. Okay. It's like the
When she
stupid
said-
dragon is not following me.
Yeah, it's like I have High Valyrian as my mother tongue.
Yes.
I love that.
like
That was a great entire scene when the fire goes up behind her and she's just staring there. I love it.
Absolutely fantastic.
I'm going to go with every time Joffrey was put in his place by Tyrion when he got slapped.
Oh yeah,
there's
there's entire YouTube videos of him just slapping the shit out of him. You can watch that on loop. It's great.
Dean, you have any other moments that were gratifying for you?
Yes, I do have a couple. I think Tyrion killing his father was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, Tywin.
On the shitter. He killed him on the shitter right after he.
Yeah,
after he
that was
strangles
awesome.
His, after he strangles his former.
After he strangles Shay, Shay.
That was awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
he's been picked on and abused so often by his father that you saw this. His father tried to have him killed. I mean, it's just everything, and all Tyrion ever wanted was to just belong. And so to have all that rage built up where he finally just sits there and shoots him on the shitter was great. And the fact he shot him on the shitter was great too. I thought that was a good way to die for him. And he's definitely dead. Someone was asking. He's definitely dead.
He's gone. Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead.
Which is too bad because I loved Charles Dance in that role. Even though Tywin's a terrible character, I loved him.
Yeah, he played
He's
a
a
good.
great actor.
Great actor.
Yeah, that was pretty satisfying. I thought.
Yeah.
When Greyjoy, the first torture scene, I hated him.
The first in 1,000.
Jon Snow. Yeah, the first time he got caught and they fucked him up.
Yeah, when they pulled his fingernails or whatever.
I was like, that's what you get. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, when they started teasing him with the girls and
Oh.
freaking
And everything after that, now you kind of feel bad.
yeah,
It's
then
conspiring and everything. I
bad.
knew
Like,
what was going to happen. With
but
that.
then his dumb ass so many times could have helped in so many ways, but
Yep.
he just went back on Greek.
Well,
His version of
Theon's a
Reed in the
tragic
book is way
character.
worse too.
Hey, so tell me background on Theon. He was kind of with the. He's kind of a Stark or a helper.
Well, he was never a
Raised by
Stark.
them?
At the end of Robert's rebellion, Balon Greyjoy, Theon's dad, was on the side of the Targaryens. So Balon had to bend the knee, and he had to surrender. And then, as punishment or something, Ned took his youngest son, so he wouldn't progress to be another king or whatever. He took him on to be his ward. Technically his ward, but it's like a prisoner basically. And
Okay.
he lived there from age like 5 or something all the way up to 19 or 20, however age old Theon was supposed to be at the time. So he never knew life on Pike Isle or whatever. So he thought he was going to get this king's or welcome, whatever, when he went back. He had all these Greyjoy theories and ideas. All he wanted to do was belong to. And that did not work out so well for him.
Okay.
And
how
he
about
betrayed. Yeah.
out of the Greyjoys, who's still alive? Does he have family still alive?
Yeah, Balon's still alive, the king, and Asha, I believe. Or no, wait, no, it's Yara in the show. It's
Yara.
Asha in the books. But I thought
And
that'd be
his
too confusing,
uncle.
so it's Yara.
His uncle's coming into season 6, and he's supposed to be a real badass.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Okay, good. And then, do you see anything going on between Missandei character, Grey Worm? Anything going on there?
Maybe.
Well,
We'll
not
see what
much.
happens.
Not much Grey Worm can do about it.
Yeah, Grandma's doesn't have a cock, so.
No, I heard he was scared.
Nope.
You
No
sure?
cocks. Yeah.
I could have swore the storyline was like he was the exception.
I don't think so.
Really?
I think not like any of the Unsullied have not had to have their genitals.
Yeah.
No, but I was still.
For him and the Unsullies, the orgasms comes from the mouth.
Yep. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
Here, I got Grey Worm. Let's go check it out.
There we go.
Yeah, see if they put that on there.
Oh, no, you're right. He doesn't have it.
No, but the rest of the Funko Pops do have penises under the
Yeah,
clothes.
the rest of them do. Tyrion's is the largest.
Yeah, you would get
Oh.
Tyrion, man. Tyrion's like.
Well, for Tyrion, he gets his own that part of him. He gets his own Funko Pop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's dragging on the
Very
floor.
valuable, remember? A dwarf's penis.
Oh yeah, I remember that. They wanted to grind it down for powder and sell it. He got captured
How
with
do you
Dara.
feel Jason Momoa played Khal Drogo?
Oh, I loved it. I thought he did a great
Yeah.
job with that character. I was sad to see him go.
Yeah, that was another shocker. I was like, what? You're already killing this guy off?
Yeah, what was wrong with him? He was just like in some kind of a coma or something.
Poisoned.
He was infected by that woman that they saved. Like she
Yeah,
didn't.
which-
She made him sick, and then he died. And then she brought him
Okay.
back because she said she wanted him back, and she said, like, well, he might not be the same. Like, I don't care. Bring him back.
And then he was just like brain dead.
Yeah, it wasn't actually. It was just a husk. Technically, he was breathing, but that was it.
How
Okay.
many wolves are still alive?
Who?
Ghost, Greywind, how many wolves?
Greywind's dead. Ghost is alive. Technically, Shaggy Dog is alive. That's Rickon's dog. And then Summer, I think, is still with Bran, right? I don't think that he's dead.
Yeah.
Which one was killed by
Lady.
Lady was killed.
Lady was killed. Sansa's dog. Yeah, and then Nymeria was sent off after she attacked Joffrey.
Which dog was killed though when at the Red Wedding?
That was Greywind.
Okay, so Greywind
That
and
was
Lady.
Rob's dog.
Okay.
Put on Rob's head as well.
Yeah, and she had put on Rob's body and stitched
yeah.
together, which was fucked up. But
Yeah, which we never saw, thank God. But
no, we did see that.
oh, we did see it. I didn't see it.
In the next episode, when they were, I think what the hell was that? But you did see them prancing. Here comes the king in the north, king in the north, and you could see this fucking dog's head, this giant wolf head on top of this fucking body.
Oh.
It was disgusting.
What? Okay, I didn't catch that. All
You
right.
should watch it again.
Okay. Cause sometimes I get
It's
up to the
terrible.
bathroom or grab a drink and okay, don't pause it. So
Well, you should
Yeah.
pause.
How was the quality on the UV?
Oh, you know what? It's actually very good because with my desktop I can only do SD.
Yeah.
Okay, but then on my laptop for some odd reason, because it's I guess a real good one, I can do the 1080p where I can get the HD and it's beautiful. But even SD looks perfectly fine.
Okay, so it just looked as good as the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you again for that. Yeah.
Hey, no problem. But how about you, Mike? You download them yourself since you're going digital?
What, the movies or the TV show? I'm still buying them.
Yeah,
You're
he
still
owns them
buying
all.
them.
Yeah, I have all of them.
Collector's edition.
Yeah.
But do you redeem your seasons in your?
Oh no, I don't. I sell them.
Okay, that makes sense because you could get probably like $10 a piece.
Yeah, typically you can get about 10. So like I mentioned to Sammy, you could sell those on Blu-ray.com for the first couple seasons. You can probably get still $7 or $8 for.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know what, Sammy? You may check around because there's a lot of people that want to start it, but don't, like, in the community. Like, I know Leroy, like, some people don't have access to it that may, want those codes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So people that want to, like Leroy, right?
Yeah.
I ask him if.
But that's why there's a lot of people that I've told, like, they would check out the stream, but I'm saying if you plan on watching the show, you better not watch this. You'll be pissed.
Yeah.
So those still in the chat, any questions? I think we covered a lot of the characters. We covered scenarios. We covered, our favorites. Like I said, we could break it down on a timeline thing, but man, my memory, like I said, I don't remember. The last episode of 1 was what hooked me. When they killed
Ned Stark.
Sean Bean, yeah, the main character, the guy I'm only familiar with, like when they chopped his head for good, I was just like, what?
I think the thing with Sean Bean, I think is like Nicolas Cage. We're under contract. He asked to die. Equilibrium, he dies. Black Death, he dies. Lord of the Rings, he dies. Here, he dies. Everything he stars in. 007, yeah.
So, guys, Sean got to go to work. So
Who, what?
Sean's got to go to
I've
work.
got to go to bed, guys, because I've got to be up for work in
9 off. Check
4
out his
hours.
channels in the description box.
It's a pleasure being on here, guys, and I hope you all have a good rest of the evening and enjoy the rest of the video. So I'll see you guys.
Thank you.
See you guys
Yeah,
in the
thanks
next
for coming,
one.
man.
Take care, sir.
See you, man.
See ya. Bye.
Yep. So, yeah, check out his channel, Gone Hollow Media. Let's see. Yeah, so when they killed Sean Bean, that's what sold me. It took a good.
Wow, that's what sold you, huh?
Yeah, it took a good 3 or 4 episodes for me to be like, okay, I'm gonna buy the seasons like going forward. It like didn't get as binge worthy until like, oh fuck, they're killing off main characters.
Yeah.
And it just started getting like when they just started killing off anybody and everybody, I was like, damn. So,
That happened to me with the books. When I read the books and they killed off Jory, Sean, Ned's friend in the first book, in the first season, I was like, what? Is he actually dead? And then I thought, well, that's fucking crazy. He was important in the story. And then next thing I know, Ned's dead. And I was like, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't believe it at first. Like, I thought there was something going on. And then I kept reading, like, no, he's fucking dead.
And a lot of people were turned off by that. Like, a lot of people, like, they quit watching the show because of that, is because they're investing all their time into one character, and then for them to all of a sudden take them away from you, it's like...
Well, especially like that, But like even more so with the Red Wedding, if you watch those videos online of people they're recording their reactions to the Red Wedding.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I got a kick out of those because people were pissed off. Like people were like, "I fuck this show. Like I'm not watching this anymore." Like, oh my god, no, they didn't. They just killed that baby. Like they stabbed her in the fucking stomach.
Yeah.
It was really interesting to watch that. People were reacting.
The brothel you're talking about, right?
What?
The brothel?
The brothel? What do you mean?
No, the Red Wedding.
The throat of the baby?
The one Rob Stark's girl.
Yeah, Rob Stark, Talisa, I believe. When they
okay, when they stabbed her.
killed everybody, all the Starks were killed. Like,
Yeah, okay.
There was a whole video of them being recorded. Someone made a combination of videos together, and it was just.
Who was that dude? Well, was that Roose? That.
Yeah, that was Roose Bolton. He was with John.
Yeah.
He was with Rob for the entirety of season 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be a Lannister now."
God.
Yeah, that was the most because no one at that time. No one spoiled. I didn't look online. I didn't search it. I knew better. No one at work. No one was discussing it with me. Like, it was awesome to experience that as a surprise. Like everyone's like, now, dude, watch the Red Wedding. So you're anticipating something crazy happening.
Yeah.
I went like, oh shit, they're celebrating. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And fucking when he came up and just started stabbing, and then
Yeah.
and
I
then
was absolutely shocked. I did not know.
he's like, "I'll kill your wife," and he goes, "I'll get a new one."
I'll find
I
another.
didn't care. So when he said it, it's like, I'll get another one.
Yeah, that was to me like.
The Lannisters give their regards. Or
Yeah, the
something like
Lannisters send their regards. And
then
also-
some asshole comes up behind her and.
I would say the Joffrey one. It was still epic, and it was still like I loved it, but it lost a little bit because it was like, okay, cool, it was his time. You know,
good. I'm glad.
Yeah, exactly. It was like it was more of a good.
Took
than
long enough.
Yeah, exactly, because you know, you knew sooner or later he was gonna die. That's what it's called, the Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah.
It's like there's gonna be fucking different people trying to get it. That's why I think Peter Baelish is after it somehow. If he could get it.
He is after
Real
it.
quick, guys, I gotta apologize. I gotta actually go because I'm gonna have some dinner and.
Hey, no problem.
No problem, man.
Hey, Sam, did you say you were looking to get rid of? Did someone say they had the digital copy of season 1?
I got the digital copy for season 1 through 4.
I just need season 1. I have all the other ones, but I don't have season 1 for some reason.
Okay, I can give that to you.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, that's no problem.
All right, just send me the code in a thing.
Okay, I'll do that. Well, I'm gonna eat first and everything, and then I'll give it to you.
Cool, man.
Okay, yes, sir. Okay, guys. So thanks a lot. I appreciate you guys inviting me, having me on here. This is fantastic.
No problem. Like I said,
Yeah, no problem, man.
I know Trey Passer, Gary. There's a lot of people. I just went ahead and did this last minute because I knew like Mike. He might not be available before season 6. It's like a lot of people were available today, so that's why.
One person, if you can get a hold of her, is Heather, and that is Killer Nerd 75. That's Mark. His wife Heather, which is Slytherin Snapes 86. If you can, well, I don't know if you want to write that down. Or here, I'll put it in here. Let her know.
Did she say she was interested, or you just know she's a big Game of Thrones fan?
When we planned this like several months ago, she was supposed to be on, and then something happened where it just kind of fell through and never able to get together. She would contact me and ask me, is it happening? Is it happening? She was really excited for it because she's one of the biggest Game of Thrones fans. It's kind of cool to get like her, and if we can get Gary, they have some.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Actually, yeah.
I think maybe you should host the next one and gather those. I don't even know these people. I'm not sub to her. So for me to reach out to her would be like, oh,
Did you see the Did you see the name right there? Did it pop up for you?
Yes.
The Slytherin Snapes. Okay, I'll contact her.
So yeah, like I said, just set it up. I know watching reactions from Trey Passer, he was definitely he's a big fan too. So
that's fantastic. He's into it. I didn't see the season 6 trailer yet, but I might do like I guess like a new thing I'll be doing like every now and then.
Trailer
reaction thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this time I'll make sure I'll take the advice of Mike here, Movie Mike. So I should have more of a reaction, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the name of the video.
I've never done it before.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, guys. And by the way, I noticed with Sean, he's got one of those last names that sound like belongs in Game of Thrones. Blackmore.
Blackmore. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Sean Blackmore. Is that the House of Black?
Castle Black.
Castle Black.
Very
okay,
cool.
guys. So, and then I'm gonna eat, and then Dean, I'll send it to you over to Facebook, the code.
Cool. Thanks, Sam. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay, thanks, guys.
Yeah, no
Subscribe to
problem.
all these guys and
Take care.
Yeah, take care, man.
Thanks.
All right.
I think it'd be good to get one of these going once the season starts up, because there'll be a lot to talk about after every episode, I'm sure.
Yeah, I agree. I think we should do one. I don't know if it's that night, but maybe the next day or something, or maybe before the next episode or something like that. I'm
So
down.
maybe, I think like the next day or something, because I gave Sam my code for HBO, so we can get on there and watch them like the day after, I think.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't subscribe to HBO, so I gave him my code.
Is that the HBO Go? Because I had that too. I'd watch that because that HBO Go is the same time it is airing. It's on right away.
Oh, is it the same time?
You can watch it that night.
I'll have to let him know. Okay.
How about, is that the same thing as HBO Now?
HBO Go is only with a subscription. HBO Now is just like Netflix.
Yeah.
But so HBO Now, you can't watch the live shows?
I'm not sure if that means you can watch it at the same time. I know HBO Go you can for sure, but I don't know about Now. I never had Now.
Okay. That's
I assume you can. What's the point of that if you can't? You know, it's HBO.
Yeah. You'll have to mention that to him, because he's got the Xfinity app, I think, which is not the same thing, but you can watch the episodes, but I don't think they're live.
Well, then maybe it won't be the same, but either way, he'll watch it the next day at least. Yeah.
Well, he can get HBO. He can get HBO Go though. That's no problem.
It's true. Yeah.
That'd be cool. Yeah, let's definitely plan that, because I think that'll be, for sure there's going to be surprises, because now they're deviating from the books. The books, they're beyond the books, so it ought to be interesting. I think it's still going to follow the general idea of
whatever George R. R. Martin has planned, but they're still going to do their own thing now.
Yeah, it should be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you've been reading the books, right, Mike?
Yeah, I read the first 2.5 and I stopped after I was too invested in the show. I started looking up the stuff.
I think I'm going to go back and read the books after the show's over, just to get a little more flavor. But I don't want to. Well, I guess I can't spoil it now, but I definitely don't want to be spoiled. But I mean, I definitely want to be surprised. There were some really shocking moments in that show.
Yeah.
For me, Prince Oberon was one of the big ones there when he got killed. But
yeah, that sucked.
It did suck. Sucked for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
You're lucky, Dean, because you're on the East Coast. Us on the West Coast, it's just like, there's many leaks when you guys air it first over there. It's like, damn, you guys.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm Central too, so I see it at the same time.
Yeah, so lucky you guys.
Well, I don't spoil it for anybody. I'm usually like reeling from the show for an hour or two when it, after it's over. Before I don't post anything on it usually until the next day or thereafter.
Yeah.
I try not to spoil things for people anyway, because I know not everybody can catch it, so
yeah.
Evo it or whatever.
Other than YouTube, do you guys have like family members, workers that love Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I've got coworkers, and my brother watches the show, and he read the books.
That's cool.
No, in my household, my wife started watching it with me. Then she got onto something else, I think, and stopped. I got a couple teenage boys, but they haven't really caught on to Game of Thrones as much as like they're Walking Dead fanatics. They watch Walking Dead like all the time.
Yeah.
And they get into Breaking Bad and watched all those and Sons of Anarchy, but
yeah, I watched all those too. Those are good.
They're all good, but for some reason they didn't get into Game of Thrones. So I don't really have anybody I talk to about it. So this will be cool.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to give them that little bit of nudge. I'm telling you, like. I love all those shows too, but there's something about Game of Thrones that puts it a little bit above all those, man.
Well, it's HBO too, so the quality is just a little bit better.
Yeah, man. Like they don't hear when they're swearing. The nudity.
Well, the violence can be so. But one of the reasons my wife doesn't like it, the violence is just over the top. Some of that shit.
Yeah, cutting off parts and.
Yeah, cutting off parts definitely.
But yeah, that's cool, man. It's not. I don't get it much people about Game of Thrones because everyone that I live stream with or talk to on a regular basis, they haven't gotten into it, and I'm telling them, I've said, well, if I'm doing a live stream, don't watch it. But there's people out there that really are obsessed with the show. I mean, not so to speak, like get in character and like a Trekkie fan. Like I don't dress up in.
You're not one of them, a cosplayer.
I'm not gonna dress up like the
Daenerys.
Hound. Oh, actually, I do on.
Yeah, I was the same. I had a friend at my last job before this was my current one that he was just like, I don't want to watch that dumb show. It looks so dumb. And I'm like, dude, just watch it, damn it. And he's like, I don't want to. And eventually, this was right before season 4 started. I said, just watch, especially now after season 3. And he watched it. And he was really mad at me because he loved it, and he had to watch it all at once.
Yeah. And that's
Now he
what
watches it.
I want to give people, like incentive to tell them, especially the people like Sammy. It took a while. Like I know Mike, you were getting on him too. It was just to the point with, dude, you have the Blu-rays. Open them.
It's because he kept telling me, he kept saying it was his OCD thing. He didn't want to open them. And but he's like, he loves Xena. He loves Skyrim. He's like, dude, this is tailor-made for you.
Yeah.
And then he finally did it.
Why didn't he want to open them? I didn't catch that.
He told me that it's an OCD thing. He has to open it a certain way, and they were all the way far away somewhere, and he didn't. He was like, he'll get to them eventually. But he said that for 2 years.
Yeah. Sammy, we love you, but tell me that we weren't right on this one.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he'd say we're right now.
Yeah.
Like he binged that show 5 seasons in 3 weeks.
Yeah, he said it was like crack. I mean, not to know what crack is, but
I remember I was talking to him on Facebook, and at one point he was starting season 2 or halfway through season 2, and then 2 days later he had gotten to the Red Wedding, and I'm like, dude, we haven't talked about anything. He's like, oh my god, you never told me. He kept texting me saying Bran's dead, so Bran's dead now. What the fuck? He was all mad. And then he's like, oh shit, no he's not. Like, oh man.
Watch it.
I think he tried to slow down, but then he just couldn't stop after the Red Wedding.
You can't. It's other than going to bed and
going to work and having a life, you just can't. That's your life from now on until it's done.
Once you get home, it's okay, I'm watching Game of Thrones, especially when you have that on Blu-ray that you don't have to wait weekly.
Yeah, when you've got all the episodes. When I started rewatching, I was like, I'm gonna watch 1 episode a night, and I ended up watching 3 or 4 a night, and come on.
Yeah, no, this is what happened when I first bought season 1. It sat for a while, and then I started it. This was when season 3 was already out on Blu-ray, coming out.
Yeah.
Next day, I went to pick up 2 and 3, and then freaking that week I watched the first 3 seasons. Then the agonizing wait for season 4 to come out on Blue. I almost there was another show that got me. I think it might have been Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I was the same way. I didn't watch season 1 or 2 of Breaking Bad, but my brother kept bugging me to watch it. I was like, it looks so dumb. It's the guy from Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
I fucking went right through that shit, and I've been a loyal fan since.
Oh, love it. I'm just
Same with Better Call Saul, if you guys watch that show. Better Call Saul is amazing.
Is it just as good? I haven't really...
It is just as good.
Okay.
I'll check that out.
I love it.
Netflix,
so. Season 1's on Netflix, and season 2 is going to end on Monday.
So, I know they bring back Mike. Do they bring back the wife?
What do you mean? Oh, Skylar?
Yeah.
So none of them are in it. This is 6 or 7 years before Breaking Bad.
Okay, so they don't know him yet.
So it's the birth of Saul Goodman, which has been, I didn't think was going to be interesting at all. I was like, I'll watch it, sure, but no, it's fucking engrossing. I love it.
Really? You don't
see it.
You see it as a show running its time, not getting canceled anytime.
Oh fuck no! It's way too popular, and it's gonna go as long. It's Breaking Bad, but it's not. It's the same universe, same characters. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's characters that show up. There's references and stuff. Oh, it's great.
Would you say you should watch Breaking Bad first before you watch that show?
No, you don't need to, but you'll want to.
Okay. I own all of Breaking Bad, but I have not done the binge thing yet. I've been waiting to do it. I own all of it. I watched the first 2 seasons when it was on, live or whatever, but I haven't watched it since then. So
you're in for a treat.
Yeah, it's gonna get good right after that.
Really good.
And the amazing thing is, I don't know anything about it. I mean, I know it ends good, but I don't know anything really, so it'll be good. I just gotta binge it.
Yeah, my parents didn't watch it at all. They watched the first episode of Breaking Bad, and then they watched the last 5 episodes of the entire series because they wanted it to be done. And I was like, what? That's not how that works. But they enjoyed it, I guess, so they got whatever they wanted out of it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, anything in closing? Got my basketball game going getting ready to start, but I think we covered what we wanted to cover.
Definitely.
Yeah, I agree. I think we got to do the weekly things once it starts. Definitely.
I just got to get my hands on HBO now. But in the meantime, definitely, this was. I guess, Mike, we had headaches in the beginning, but hopefully, it
Yeah, well, I think now that we did it once, it'll be okay.
Yeah, it'll be definitely.
Well,
good.
eventually I'm going to get my computer fixed, I think, but it's just I haven't had a reason to. Now I do.
Yeah, you do. It's like all that money you save by going digital, invest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Dean, pleasure, man. Thanks for finally, coming on my channel.
Absolutely, brother. Anytime. Anytime.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, any more statues coming?
Yes. There's another statue coming, and it will complete the statue purchasing for now. But it is not a DC character. So look for
What?
that. I know. I heard you.
Because there's a Robin.
Yeah, there's a Robin. There's a Supergirl. There's a Cyclops. There's a Green Arrow. There's a bunch of cool ones, but I think I've got what I want for the Justice League, and I saw this other statue, Kotobukiya. So you have to just watch and see. It's pretty cool.
I think. Is it Marvel?
No.
Okay. I'll hush.
It's pretty cool though. Check it out.
Okay. Awesome. Hey, it's gonna be Ned Stark. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Thank you, Dean. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate
No
it.
problem, man.
Thanks,
This
guys.
is fun.
Everyone
care.
in the
It was fun.
chat. Peace out.
Yeah, see you later, man.
Enjoy your weekends.
You too.
All right.